It's your boy SymbolicSportsaholic bringing you another great edition of NFL Weekly Predictions. Yesterday we saw the Cowboys play the New York Giants. I couldn't get my video out on time, but I promise I will in the future. The Cowboys beat the New York Giants. It was a bit surprising. The New York Giants had a minimal run game. I thought Ahmad Bradshaw was going to do a lot better than that. But let's talk about the Cowboys. Miles Austin had a few clutch catches towards the end there. Tony Romo was getting a lot of completions, and it was just their game. Alright, the Giants are beasts from the East. I think that I don't think they have a chance of repeating Super Bowl this year, but they're really good. And thanks for being the Patriots. Alright, today we have the Atlanta Falcons versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will surprise people in this game. I do think the Atlanta Falcons are going to win, but these are two great teams. The Chiefs are just biblical beasts in the run game. Everyone's healthy for the Chiefs this year. Jamal Charles is back. Matt Castle is back. So they're going to be in full form. I think they'll surprise. Next, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. I think LaShawn McCoy is really good. Their defense is good. And all around a good team. I think they'll destroy the Cleveland Browns. Even though the Cleveland Browns have made a lot of good offseason changes, I still think that they'll lose this game. Even with Trent Richardson and Brandon Weeden, I think they've improved a lot, and they have a lot to prove this year. Next, we have the Washington Redskins. RG3 is big news, but I don't know if he's going to get it done. I don't think the Redskins are going to win against the New Orleans Saints this week. I think the Saints are going to win because of Hurricane Isaac. I think they really want to give something back to the community and win a game for them and just beast. Basically, the Saints are a really good team. Next, we have the New England Patriots. I think that they are pretty good. Their offense is great and their defense blows, but I think that they might get upset in this game against the Tennessee Titans. I really do. I do think the Tennessee Titans have great receiving. I think Chris Johnson's going to have an outstanding year. Jake Locker's there. I think he has what it takes to, I wouldn't say an elite quarterback, but he's getting there. Next, we have the Miami Dolphins taking on the Houston Texans. The Dolphins, what do I have to say about them? Reggie Bush is an amazing running back. I think he had a great year last year. If he can keep it up, they'll have a good future in the AFC East. But right now, it looks like Houston Texans have the best defense in the NFL. I think they're going to demolish the Dolphins and just roll. Texans have no weakness right now, really. Alright, the Buffalo Bills are actually favored to lose against the Jets, but with the Bills' defense and Fred Jackson and Ryan Fitzpatrick, I think that they actually have a good chance of winning. Alright, now we have the Jets. Mark Sanchez is a terrible quarterback. I think Tim Tebow will be in about week 5, week 6. I'm not sure. But all around, the Jets are just terrible. I really think they're going to have the worst record this year. Next, we have the Jags. Blaine Gabbert is garbage, but I like him because he's from Mizzou. I honestly think the Jags can win if Maurice Jones-Drew plays like he normally does. It'll be iffy, but I think they can beat the Minnesota Vikings. Adrian Peterson is really good, and the Vikings' defense isn't bad at all, but their offense is terrible. They have no quarterback. At least Blaine Gabbert is decent. The Vikings are just terrible in the quarterback position. Next, we have the Indianapolis Colts. Andrew Luck is going to try to turn this franchise around. I still don't think they're going to have a winning season. They're going to be pretty good, though. They look pretty good against the Steelers in the preseason. But Chicago Bears defense has been the best defense of the last century other than the Pittsburgh Steelers. Honestly think they're really good. Matt Forte's beast. If Jay Cutler and Matt Forte stay healthy, they could have a good season. St. Louis Rams. Steven Jackson's pretty much a one-man army. But that's about all St. Louis has to offer. I think their quarterback is pretty weak in Sam Bradford. But we'll see how their season turns out. They have no shot at beating the Detroit Lions. The Lions have great passing yardage with Calvin Johnson. They have a great quarterback in Matt Stafford, and they have a good defensive line. I think they're all around going to lose that game. Next, we have the 49ers, who I think are up there with the Texans and Steelers in defense. I also think that they have a good running game this year. If Frank Gore is up and going, Alex Smith just needs to do his part, and they have a good shot at beating the Green Bay Packers. They pretty much have the same team this year. The Packers are no joke. I don't know if they'll have the same success they had the past 2 years, but it's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens with them. Next, we're going to have the Carolina Panthers with Cam Newton and Steve Smith, a great offensive team. Made some good off-season picks for defense. I think it's going to be interesting. I think Carolina will definitely beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this week. The Buccaneers are really, really good. Well, I wouldn't say really good, but they're actually improved than what you'd think. Their linemen are great, but they haven't had an all-star since, God knows, Derek Brooks maybe. All right, next we have Seattle Seahawks. I think Marshawn Lynch is going to go beast mode on the Cardinals defense. Their rookie Russell Wilson looks really hot right now. I think he'll do a good job in Seattle. I think Seattle's going to have a winning record. Arizona, they're garbage. They have Kevin Cobb and John Skelton as their starting and second string quarterbacks. They're not going anywhere with that team. I really wish they would, but they're not. Next, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are biblical beasts. The Steel Curtain is my favorite team from Pittsburgh. I'm pretty sure they'll do their part, and I think this is the game of the week against the Denver Broncos. The Broncos have Peyton Manning now. I know the media is all hyped up about that. I don't know if he'll turn up as good as he did with the Colts, but he looked all right in preseason. I think it's going to be a really close game now that Steelers' defense is getting old. Next, we have the Bengals. Andy Dalton, I think he's going to have a sophomore slump. He looked really good his rookie year. I don't think it's going to happen again. They're going to be a good team this year with their defense, but I really don't see them beating the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens, Ray Rice is just too good. Joe Flacco is a bit underrated, I must admit, even as a Steelers fan. And nothing beats Baltimore D unless you're Pittsburgh. All right, next, got the San Diego Chargers. They're really good. They have a lot of receiver options. I love Phillip Rivers. I think he's going to have a good year. And if Ryan Matthews stays healthy, I think they have the potential to win the AFC West. It's going to be a tough division, though. I think it's going to be the closest out of all of them. Next, we have the Oakland Raiders. I think that the Chargers are going to win, but the Raiders have a solid run game. If Darren McFadden stays healthy, they will end up doing pretty good. But this is about week 1. I think it's going to be a really close game. It's pretty much a flip of the coin, but I'm going to go with the San Diego Chargers. All right, keep it 100, Woody. You heard me?